Okay, so stuff that Sins can do when they're in stealth and how to prevent that. Um, One of the first things, and this is probably one of the best tricks you can do, especially against destroyers, is if you're in stealth, you can cancel your stealth out with your tab, and then you can just body swap the destroyer before he can react. Because normally, if you play against Sins, you know how long they can stealth, which is seconds in our current patch. There's nothing where you can longer stealth, and then you can just count the seconds and anticipate the body swap that way. But if Sins cancel that earlier, it's really a lot harder for you to do this. How do you cancel your stealth? You press tab into the second tab. This is how you body swap faster. Bit unreactive because I'm playing on Taiwan, fairly high ping. But yeah, that's the first trick Sins you're gonna use, especially against destroyers, or against block classes if they see you're not blocking currently. The next thing Sins are gonna always do when they're in stealth is they're going to use their X, which is beacon, which leaves a debuff at you 15 seconds where they can teleport to you again and daze you. And they get the poison stack. Really important combos. One of them, for example, being another re-stealth, which is hook kick. Thanks for following. When they're close to a target. So they can stealth, put the shuriken on you. You have this poison debuff. What they then can do out of stealth is hook kick and regain stealth this way. Only if the enemy is poisoned. And yeah, then they have a timer where they can teleport. The next thing Sins can do is they can use one, which has different applications. In this case, Sins are always going to, or most of the time, going to be speccing their knockdown kick against destroyers and against LBMs. Those are spin classes, and Sins can actually put points in, have a higher range, okay, so 4 meters. So watch out for them doing this as well. They cannot use it if they're out of range. They can only do it if they're actually in range. So that's very easy for them not to get caught by spins. The next thing is they can put on a time bomb, which has also multiple applications. The first one being just simple damage, which also has the highest cooldown here. If they put 1 point in it, it knocks them down, and also goes on a 45-second cooldown. It's really hard to pull off against any class that has some sort of UE or get stealth, which is pretty much almost every class, especially when they remove the evasion. It is a really good mechanic against other Sins because it can sometimes
You did it.
through their combo. And yeah, the second point would be a daze of this. Yeah, the next thing Sins can do in stealth is they can use their 3, which has to be specced, give them stealth again. It's their 3, you use it, it has a it has an animation time here. And you can counter this with a lot of classes. For example, a Blade Master can use their V, which their blades, which knocks people away. And it cancels 3, and they just get knocked away. One thing Sins can do, though, if they're in the animation of their 3, they can press Q to sidestep, and yeah, just stop that, and instead of yeah, just doing the normal animation, they cancelled with their Q, and if the enemy tries to counter U3, you counter their counter. If you put you need to put 2 points into this ability in order to regain stealth. It also stuns the enemy, Normally, one thing Sins can do off of this is they can use their Silver String ability, where you can either hold them to stun them in place or knock them down in place where they are, or you just simply do damage with it. Show this to you. You use this into the Silver String here. And then you have three options for you. The X is knocking them down on place, the C is doing extra damage, and the V is putting you, then allows you to knock them up. Which brings me to my next ability, which is their simple stun out of stealth, which is the most common opener for Sin's stealth. Harder to pull it off against classes who have AoE. But this is the standard opener. So Sins would open like this, any cancel, and then knock you up. Did I miss anything? Yeah, otherwise all Sins are gonna do, if they have time to do so, is just backstab into F, try to burst you down, which is basically impossible against classes who have AoE, because they'll just get you out of stealth. It does happen a lot though against other Sins and summoners, for example.